Today is July 10. On the 10th of July 138, Emperor Hadrian of Rome dies of heart failure at his residence on the Bay of Naples. He is later buried in the tomb of Hadrian beside his late wife, Fibia Sabina. In which city was Hadrian buried? Welcome back, and now I'm joined by...
This is an intermission from the usual program. Hello everyone, and welcome to an episode of Second by the Smarter. This is an alternate universe, where I continue playing in the 7th and 8th round. So, with me here, I have Jorg, the presenter. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. Daan, of course, didn't want to ruin the real episode, of course. Mm-hmm. So he didn't want to present. I didn't want to either, but now we're here.
So how are you feeling? Thinking I will do?
I think you will do pretty terribly.
Oh, okay.
I hope you'll do pretty terribly, actually.
We'll see. I mean, I have 0 lifelines.
Exactly, 0 lifelines, 241 seconds. There's no way this ever can go right. I thought you made the correct call by not continuing, but sadly here we are.
We'll see.
Okay, so you ready?
Yes, so let's... from the iconic Scooby snack in Scooby-Doo to the infamous Simpsons donut, cartoons have often used food as a means to convey humor, character traits and cultural references. In many cases, the food depicted in cartoons has become almost as recognizable as the characters themselves. Here are 9 foods from famous cartoons and animated movies. So I guess I'll get 9 pictures.
Yes, I will. We will show you 9 pictures.
Well, okay.
And you will try to match them to the correct answers. Do I read your options? Do you read your options?
I think my options are Sleeping Beauty, SpongeBob, Winnie the Pooh, Adventure Time, The Princess and the Frog, The Simpsons, Popeye, Alice in Wonderland, and Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay, I hope you fail.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's start. That is, of course, The Simpsons. That is Alice in Wonderland. What are the options here? Let's skip this one for now. This is Adventure Time. This is SpongeBob. This is Popeye. This is The Princess and the Frog. Howl's Moving Castle. Winnie the Pooh. And the last one was Sleeping Beauty. Stop the time. So, how do you think I did?
Oh wait, I have the answers here actually. I kind of know how you did. Do you want to use any? Oh wait, you don't have any lifelines.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. So you need to have 9 correct.
Yes, that's true. So let's just go right to checking. So the first one I said The Simpsons, which is true.
Which is The Simpsons indeed.
Second one I said Alice in Wonderland.
Surprisingly correct.
Third one I said Sleeping Beauty.
Which is correct. You filled in later, yes.
Fourth one is Adventure Time. I said SpongeBob here, and it's obviously SpongeBob. This is clearly Popeye. And this is clearly Princess and the Frog with the thingies in there. This is Howl's Moving Castle, the only not cartoon in here. And Winnie the Pooh. Well.
So now you get an additional lifeline, which you have no use for.
Because I cannot use it in the next round?
Well, you can, but you will have 0 wrong or 2 wrong or more.
That is true. I mean, I can put the thing I do not know on the same answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then use a lifeline. So there is still a possibility of me using it.
That's actually not possible. You're not allowed to do that.
I'm sorry then. Well, let's just immediately go to the next
let's
round.
go to the next round.
The term nepotism comes from the Italian word nepotismo, which is derived from nepote, meaning nephew. It originated in the practice of popes and other high-ranking church officials favoring their nephews or other relatives by granting them positions of power and influence within the church. In many cases, these nephews were in fact their illegitimate sons. This practice was particularly common during the Renaissance period. Over time, the term evolved to refer to the broader picture of giving preferential treatment to relatives or close friends, especially in professional or political contexts. Nowadays, we refer to a person who is given this name of treatment as a nepo baby. Here are 9 famous people who also happen to be nepo babies. Yeah, there are going to be 9 pictures of nepo babies, and we have to guess the name of the parent, or I have to guess the name of the parent.
Yes. And of course, it is in your best interest to fail here. Because if you now succeed, then,
No, that is true.
then you have made the wrong choice.
That is true.
So do keep that in mind.
Having kept that in mind, this is an alternate universe, so this is not even real. You are not real. This is an illusion. I'm looking at a camera. So anyways, my options are Will Smith, Billy Ray Cyrus, Johnny Depp, Melanie Griffith, Lenny Kravitz, Uma Thurman, John Bon Jovi, Phil Collins and David Beckham. How many of these names do you think I know?
Is that how you spell John Bon Jovi?
I have no clue.
Wow, I never knew. Yeah, I think you'll manage 4.
Okay.
Will you use that screen again?
No, I'm gonna use both.
Okay,
I
nice.
have 4 screens here.
Yeah,
anyway, so
sure.
No lack of screens.
I hope you don't make it.
All right, let's start. Pass. Melanie Griffith. Uma Thurman. Johnny Depp. Lenny Kravitz. Billy Ray Cyrus. John Bon Jovi. David Beckham. Phil Collins. Oh, there's a new one. Will Smith. And then we're going to stop the time and use a lifeline to not totally embarrass myself, because I got 0 of these correct.
I think you got more than 0.
That is impressive, because I knew 0. Well, let's go straight to check. And I said Will Smith. This is not Will Smith, but what is it? It is Billy Ray Cyrus. Or not, it's the Nep.
Yeah, the parent, yeah.
Yes. I said Johnny Depp. This is Lenny Kravitz. So I already failed. So I did good by choosing not to come
Exactly,
in that
yeah.
episode. I said Uma Thurman. This is correct. I said Phil Collins. This is incorrect. Here I said John Bon Jovi, which is clearly incorrect because I already had that one. What happened?
No sound, apparently.
All right. I said Billy Ray Cyrus, which is incorrect. It was Will Smith. I said Melanie Griffith, which is, I don't know, probably incorrect.
Site is doing weird things today.
All right. Here I said David Beckham, which is
Correct,
correct.
actually.
Wow. Here I said Lenny Kravitz,
Yeah,
which is
no,
incorrect. It's Melanie Griffith.
I never knew.
And I think the other ones were just all incorrect as well. So I wouldn't even have passed the first round if this
No,
was
the site would not have even passed the last round, so it's a good thing we
You know.
didn't actually play it.
Anyways, time to continue to the next contestant.
Welcome back, and now I'm joined by last week's contestant, Len. Len, welcome back. So last week you did very well by not having a single question wrong. And you put the standards really high, as you were also a champion at our event, Be the Champions. Do you like quizzes? Do you quiz often?
Oh, I like quizzes. I don't quiz as often, to be honest. Maybe I should do it more.
Yeah. If you get a win here today,
Yes.
you are kind of
Yeah.
obliged to.
Yeah, I did think about joining doing a 2 for 12, 2 for
Ooh.
12, but together with my grandfather. But in
Ah.
the end, it's never materialized.
Do you also watch the show together?
Sometimes
That's nice.
when I'm at home.
And then you will be the one looking up the answers? Or?
Probably.
It usually is the young one looking up.
No, he's not great with computers at all. So
But there are also some books in there.
Yes. We have quite complementary knowledge. So
Oh, that's nice.
that helps.
So then you get 7 or 8 answers directly from your head. But do you also watch the show Per Seconde Wijzer with him?
No, rarely actually.
Ooh.
That's another show we watch that often.
Then you can start watching Smarter by the Second.
Why not? Why not?
Okay, so let's see if you can continue your perfect record today. You also saved quite a lot of time and lifelines. So you now have 9 lifelines, and from the top of my head, you had 153 seconds left. So those will be added if you decide to do the 7th and 8th round, if you come there. So we'll see how it goes. The word history is often understood and loosely used, especially in slang, as meaning the past. But history is actually either the study of the past or the product of our attempts to understand the past. It might sound strange to have history and the past meaning different things, but the distinction is important when you remember that all our attempts to narrate and explain early events are affected by our own biases and difficulties of time and transmission. Here are then 9 terms related to history and their meanings. I will give you the meaning of the word, and you have to tell me the term I'm looking for. So the options are book review, archive, primary sources, discipline, historiography, biography, context, secondary sources, and journal. You're also familiar with these concepts?
Yes, the most are just general scientific concepts. So
True.
being a scientist helps here.
All right, let's start. First one, either the methods and principles used in the study of history or the written result.
Could you repeat the question?
Either the methods and principles used in the study of history or the written result.
Pass.
Material created by somebody removed from the event being studied, who was either
Secondary sources.
a periodical which normally deals with a specific issue,
Journal.
a collection of documents and records,
Archive.
the background and specific circumstances of a subject, such as an author's lifestyle,
Context.
the study or practice of a subject using a specific set of methods, terms, and approaches.
Discipline.
Material from or directly related to the past, usually letters, records, or other documents created during the period that is being studied, such as diaries, legal notices, or accounts.
Historiography. Oh, no, sorry. Primary sources.
An account of an individual's life written by another
Biography.
person. A critical examination of a text, usually including a summary of the work and opposing views.
Book review. First question was historiography. Stop time.
So now we up the difficulty and you only have room to swap 2 of them.
I think I got it 7 correct.
All right,
Yes.
then let's see if that's true. First one, either the methods and principles used in the study of history or the written result. You filled this one in the latest, but you did it correctly. This is historiography. Second one, material created by somebody removed from the event being studied who was either not at the event or was working later. That's secondary sources. A periodical which normally deals with a specific issue is a journal. A collection of documents and records is an archive. The background and specific circumstances of a subject, such as an author's lifestyle or the weather during a car crash, is context. The study or practice of a subject using a specific set of methods, terms, and approaches is discipline. Material from or directly related to the past, usually letters, records, or other documents created during the period that is being studied, such as diaries, legal notes, or accounts. That's primary sources. Took your time there, but it was worthwhile. And that's also the 7th one, so
Yes.
Congrats. An account of an individual's life written by another person. That's a biography. And lastly, a critical examination of a text, usually including a summary of the work and opposing views, is a book review. So your perfect record is still on the table. Let's see how long that will be the case. Among the very first human inventions are spears, which were utilized both to hunt and protect oneself. Weapons have been an almost integral part of human history, with the Middle Ages bringing about a wide range of different short and long-range weapons. Here are then 9 medieval weapons. You will see them, and you have to say their name. I will remain silent for this round.
Okay.
So the weapons you can choose from are a longsword, a katana, a dagger, battle axe, longbow, arquebus, crossbow, morning star, and a mace. You're also interested in medieval times?
Yes. And I think I can spot most of them. Maybe the difference between a morning star and a mace, that will be interesting.
All right.
We'll see.
So as I said before, I will remain silent. It's just all you now. Good luck.
Battle axe, dagger, longsword, mace, longbow, morning star, arquebus, crossbow, katana. Stop the time. Yeah, I'm quite sure.
For all of them, also
Yes.
now the mace and morning star.
Yes, now and I saw the pictures. One was definitely like morning star has the pointy bits.
So you needed to refresh your
Spice.
memory with that.
Yes.
All right, then let's go to checking. First up, it was the battle axe. Then we have the smaller sword, the dagger. And on the contrary, the longer sword called the longsword. Then we indeed have a mace here, followed by the longbow. Then with the pointy bits, it's the morning star. And we have the arquebus for the 7th correct answer. So the crossbow is the next one. Then we have the katana as the last one. So you've completed the first 6 rounds without a single error. So now the big question, which I don't think is that big of a question now. Are you willing to go for the 7th and 8th round?
Well, like past performances should be hopefully indicative of future performances, if history is any.
History tends to repeat itself.
So let's hope it does in my case.
All right, so that means that 153 seconds will be added. Then you have 11 lifelines, which is quite a lot. But also now all of the questions should be correct, so no room for any more. Not that you needed it before. So let's see how it goes now. Atlantis is a fictional island mentioned in an allegory on the hubris of nations in Plato's work Timaeus and Critias. Yet it has inspired decades of search to this lost city, which is regarded as lost to the Atlantic Ocean. Many cities have appeared and disappeared throughout history, just as many populations have. Here are then 9 cities that no longer exist and how they cease to be living cities. So I will give you a description of the city, and you have to say what city I am describing. So the cities are Pompeii, Carthage, Halsens, Mologa, Persepolis, Pripyat, Dullersheim, Tikal, and Hashima Island.
I'm not familiar with all of them. So
Well,
we'll see.
Well, you luckily have 11 lifelines
Yes,
if it
so.
turns out to be the case. And 362 seconds is also not too shabby. All right, let's start. First one was destroyed by the eruption of the volcano Vesuvius.
Pompeii.
Had to be abandoned when the Soviets decided to create a Rebensk reservoir on the Volga River in the 1930s.
Mologa?
This fishing village in Devon fell into the sea on the night of January 26, 1917.
Helsens.
Also known as Gungunjama or Battleship Island. It was operated for years by Mitsubishi as a coal mine, but when the mine closed,
Hashima Island?
located in southwestern Iran, the city was burned to the ground in 330 BC.
Persepolis.
Situated in the suburbs of Tunis, it was burned to the ground.
Carthage.
This ancient Mayan city, hidden in the rainforest of Guatemala, died out due to poisonous contamination. This Ukrainian town is located near
Pripyat.
the village in Austria was destroyed in 1938 when Hitler ordered the townspeople to
Dullersheim. Stop the time.
So I don't think you need all the lifelines if
No,
you see
but-
that 11 of them.
I'm a bit doubting between Halsens and Dullersheim, because Dullersheim, it does sound a bit more Austrian than Helsens. And Halsens also is more like the sand probably means from a sandbank, so it's more a fishing village. But like, if history has anything to know, one should beware of hubris. So I put in 2 lifelines.
Well, you can also use a third, because I don't think there's any point in using less than 3 except for flexing, because you get 1 either way if you go to the final round, and then you have 9 of them. But if you are feeling confident with 2, that's also up to you.
The others I'm quite confident, yes. I think they should be all correct, but 2 lifelines just to be sure.
2 lifelines. Then the first one was destroyed by the eruption of the volcano Vesuvius, that's Pompeii. Then this city had to be abandoned when the Soviets decided to create a Ribensk reservoir on the Volga River in the 1930s, that's Mologa. Then the fishing village in Devon fell into the sea on the night of January 26, 1917, that's Halsens, so that's correct. Also known as Kunkanjima or Battleship Island, it was operated for years by Mitsubishi as a coal mine, but when the mine closed in 1974, the island was abandoned, that's Hashimi Island. And located in southwestern Iran, the city was burned to the ground in 340 BC when Alexander the Great captured and destroyed it, that's Persepolis. Then situated in the suburbs of Tunis, it was burned to the ground during the Punic Wars in 146 BC, that's Carthage. The ancient Mayan city, hidden in the rainforest of Guatemala, died out due to poisonous contamination due to toxic algae found in ancient reservoirs that may have made the city's water undrinkable. That's Tikal. The Ukrainian town is located near the 1986 Chernobyl disaster site and was soaked through with harmful nuclear radiations. That's Pripyat. And lastly, the village in Austria was destroyed in 1938 when Hitler ordered the townspeople to be forcibly evacuated and the village blown to bits. That's Döllersheim. So congratulations, you made it now to the 8th round with enough lifelines and time. So I don't really see how this is going to be difficult and how we keep the tension up, but we'll try either way.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's just go to the final round. Your victory lap.
I hope so.
The Edict of Saint-Germain, 1562, by Catherine de' Medici, Queen of France, was an edict of toleration that recognized the existence of the Protestants and guaranteed freedom of conscience and private worship, and is one of the many edicts throughout history to have shaped how, where and when one is allowed to profess the religion of choosing. Edicts can, though, serve more purposes. Here are then 9 edicts and their purposes. I will give a description, and you have to tell me the edict. So the options are the Sacred Edict, Edict of Worms, Edict of Nantes, Edicts of Ashoka, Edicts of Expulsion, Edict of Paris, Edict of Toleration, Edict of Milan, and Edict on Maximum Prices.
Difficult one.
You think you need all those lifelines?
A worthy finale, but we'll see.
First one. It declared Martin Luther to be an outlaw and banned the reading or possession of his writings. The edict permitted anyone to kill Luther without legal consequence.
Edict of Expulsion.
By Clotaire II of Neustria, it tried to establish order by standardizing the appointment process for public officials across the realm. It guaranteed the nobility their ancient rights, and in their respect has been seen as French Magna Carta.
Paris.
By the Mauryan Emperor, during his reign from 272 BC to 231
Ashoka.
BC. By the Kangxi Emperor of the Qing Dynasty of China, it is served to instruct the average Chinese people of the basic principles of Confucianism, was subsequently expanded upon in a separate edict issued by the Yongzheng Emperor.
Sacred Edict.
By King Edward I of England, it ordered the expulsion of all Jews from England and the confiscation of their real property.
Expulsion. Where I said expulsion, it was Worms.
By Galerius, before his death, his proclamation removed all previous restrictions on the Christian religion, allowing it and all other religions to be practiced throughout the Roman Empire.
Milan.
By Roman Emperor Diocletian, it attempted to reform the Roman system of taxation and to stabilize the coinage.
Maximum Prices.
By Constantine the Great and Licinius, it declared that the Roman Empire would be neutral with regard to religious worship, officially ending all government-sanctioned
Toleration.
By King Henry IV of France, it granted all of the above listings in the French Protestants, also known as Huguenots, substantial rights in France, a Catholic nation.
Stop time.
You have enough time to use 9 lifelines, but I don't know if you want to use all of them.
I think I have them all correct, but Let's do 3.
3, all right. Let's make it interesting.
Then let's make it interesting. Make it for the viewers also.
From us on the edge of the seat.
Yes.
All right. First one, it declared Martin Luther to be an outlaw and banned the reading or possession of his writings. The edict permitted anyone to kill Luther without legal consequence. That's the Edict of Worms. Then by Clotaire II of Neustria, it tried to establish order by standardizing the appointment process for public officials across the realm. It guaranteed the nobility their ancient rights, and in this respect has been seen as France's Magna Carta. That's the Edict of Paris. Then the Mauryan Emperor, during his reign from 272 BC to 231 BC, it contained instructions for the public on how to uphold the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. That's Edicts of Ashoka. By the Kangxi Emperor of the Qing dynasty of China, it served to instruct the average Chinese people of the basic principles of Confucianism, was subsequently expanded upon in a separate edict issued by the Yongzheng Emperor in 1724. It's the Sacred Edict. By King Edward I of England, it ordered the expulsion of all Jews from England and the confiscation of their real property. That's the Edict of Expulsion. It's a bit in the name there. By Galerius before his death, this proclamation removed all previous restrictions on the Christian religion, allowing it and all other religions to be practiced throughout the Roman Empire. That's the Edict of Toleration. So the first mistake on this show. By Roman Emperor Diocletian, it attempted to reform the Roman system of taxation and to stabilize the coinage. That's the Edict of Maximum Prices. So if you're now counting with the number of lifelines, that means you've already won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the last two, by Constantine the Great and Licinius, it declared that the Roman Empire would be neutral with regard to religious worship, officially ending all government-sanctioned religious persecution, especially of Christianity. That's the Edict of Milan.
Yes.
Those are very similar. That's the tricky one.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
So lastly, we had by King Henry IV of France, it granted all of the above listings to French Protestants, also known as Huguenots, substantial rights in France, a Catholic nation. That's the Edict of Nantes. So you only swapped 2 of them in the entirety of the show. So congratulations on winning.
Thank you very much.
That means you will get a gold award. And I also have the participation award for you right here. A clock.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for participating. You were one of the best candidates we ever had here. And thank you all for watching at home. The answer to today's viewer question is Rome. Congratulations to the person who won.